Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to my second upload of the day. Just so much to talk about. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new and you want to be kept fully up to date with everything going on in the world of Fortnite. So here's an interesting fact about the event. Courtesy of FNBR Leaks on Twitter, they say the Doomsday event caused Twitch's Fortnite category to peak at 2.5 mil viewers and the website to crash. That's just how interested people were in this event. I mean, it's crazy. That Twitch number isn't even counting the people who were actually in the game watching or the people who were watching on other streaming sites like Caffeine or YouTube. So literally so many people got to experience this, which was awesome. And I'm not kidding when I say this. This was the single best Fortnite event in my opinion. And while it did take a long time to actually happen, I do think it was worth the wait because it definitely delivered. As you know, whatever Midas did to the storm caused it to actually become a giant wave of water, which actually floods the map over time as the game progresses. And to accommodate that, Donald Mustard has changed his location on Twitter to the Wall of Water and of course has changed his banner to be the ocean. It sure did not take long for Epic Games to go ahead and begin teasing Season 3. I mean, granted, we are only 2 days away, like literally less than that, like a day and a half away from Season 3, so I guess it makes sense for them to go ahead and reveal some teasers because they usually would start dropping some teasers and hints 3 or 4 days before the season. But because of all the delays and things that kind of push the event back, now they only have like a day and a half in between the new season, so I guess we're gonna start seeing a whole bunch of stuff over the next 36 hours or so. Anyway, here is the first Season 3 teaser they dropped on Twitter earlier today, just after the event. So you can see what looks like to be some sort of scope looking at something in front of water. Now, I don't know what that is, but it kind of makes a little more sense when you look at the next teaser. Yes, they already dropped a second teaser. Now, the second teaser actually came to my email. I think they emailed creators only with this teaser, so if you haven't seen it on Twitter officially tweeted, I think that's the reason why, but I promise you this is real and it's not photoshopped. I saw a lot of people saying this was photoshopped on Twitter just because Fortnite did not tweet it, but I promise you this is a legitimate email and a legitimate picture. So without further ado, here is teaser number 2. Wow, that was an unintentional rhyme, but a good one. So it appears to be that same kind of scope looking at the water, but now this time the item that was in front of the water seems to be a bit more visible. Now, I don't know if it's the same thing as the first teaser, but based on the colors and the shape, I would guess this is probably the same thing, but a more clear look. Now, it looks to be a trident. Now, the funny thing about that is there have been so many rumors and, I guess, slight leaks that Season 3's Battle Pass would be kind of like aquatic themed, which we know now is probably going to be true. But also, there have been leaks that the Tier 100 skin or some mystery skin for that season would be Aquaman. Now, this is kind of interesting because now we're looking at a teaser that genuinely shows us a trident very similar to what Aquaman would use. Now, I'm not saying that's what it is or Aquaman is the confirmed skin, but if you take a look at Aquaman's trident, man, that's an unbelievably similar look. It's the same color, it's the exact same style, and it wouldn't surprise me considering all of the other crossovers Epic has done in the past. Even just recently, this season, they collaborated with Marvel to make a secret and mysterious Deadpool skin, which kind of took over the yacht about halfway through the season. They had obviously also collaborated with Marvel in the past to make the Black Widow skin, the Star-Lord skin, a whole bunch of emotes like that from the Marvel world. They've also collaborated previously with DC for Batman, and obviously Aquaman is a part of the DC universe, so is it possible they could be doing another Deadpool type thing with Aquaman this upcoming season where maybe he's either Tier 100 on the Battle Pass, maybe he'd be a skin in the game, maybe he would be a secret skin you unlock through doing challenges like you did Deadpool. Whatever the case, there seems to be a strong likelihood that Aquaman, or at least a skin very similar to that, maybe they won't call it Aquaman, but something unbelievably similar to Aquaman, if not him himself, would be included in Fortnite's Chapter 2 Season 3. I personally think this whole aquatic theme for the upcoming season is really, really cool. If you'll remember, back in like Season 7 or Season 8, we had big theories that Polar Peak would melt and that the map would flood that way. I guess it took another 5 seasons or so for that to actually happen, but nonetheless, it excites me a lot, and I think it's a genuinely good theme. Also, one thing I want to point out, you can see here in the replay mode in this room during the event, you are not actually being Midas. There were some theories that Midas was the person that Jonesy was talking to. It's actually just whatever skin your character was at the time. So in my case, I was Cyclo, but really, it doesn't matter. Also, I think it's interesting that some of the people in the hallway were literally John Wicks. I mean, literally, look, that's John Wick out there. Multiple different John Wicks just running around in these halls, which I think is interesting. Now, I don't know if that means anything or not, like why they chose to put John Wick's model up here in this room, but regardless, it's very interesting to think about and definitely makes me wonder whether or not this is like a separate part of the agency, not attached to the map. Like maybe this is the main agency HQ that's not on the Fortnite map. That seems to be pretty likely because all around this place, on the desk, on the walls, you see things related to the agency. There's even a picture of the agency in one of the other rooms you can access via replay mode, I guess because of a glitch, which I'll show you in just a second. I have a very strong suspicion that Jonesy was talking on the phone directly to Midas, and Midas was giving him periodic updates throughout the course of his plan because it seemed like things at first were going okay, and then the second time you go to the office, obviously things are bad, and the third time you go to the office, it seems as though things have cooled down a little bit, so a different vibe each time you actually end up in this area. So as you can see in replay mode, I'm not exactly sure how I did this, okay? I don't know, I have zero clue, but I eventually sort of glitch out of the map and end up being able to roam this entire place, and you'll see some very interesting things. Number one, on the wall here, you see Jonesy in a whole bunch of different pictures, so not sure exactly any of the meanings behind that. There is also a nameplate on the desk that says John Jones, aka our boy Jonesy. So this was actually Jonesy's room that we were teleported to during the event. Now you can see I actually glitched out of the back side of the wall and then was able to go directly into the hallway here, which I think was so cool. Now this room, you see a picture of the agency on the wall. You also see a picture of a security camera, which were all over the agency. It's a little hard to see in some certain areas because it's kind of like really foggy or whatever, but here you can see that this whole area is actually situated directly above the map, and if you look at the camera on replay mode, it's pretty much lining up directly with the agency on top of it. So just very, very cool, man. Like, I really think Fortnite outdid themselves with this one, and there's just so much to explore up here. If you are in the game and you're able to access the replay mode and you can somehow glitch out of this room and go and explore everything, that would be pretty cool, man, because I think there's a lot of stuff up here that even we have not found out about yet, because this event is literally only 3 hours old. I mean, like, there's still a lot we have to uncover, but man, is this just an interesting thought or what? I think it's so cool, the new storm. Look, you can see all sorts of debris in there. There's all sorts of tiny fish. There are sharks. Like, this isn't just water. This is literally like the ocean surrounding the map that has risen up. And now there's like literal animals and like plants in there. And also, just to kind of back up that Aquaman theory, Aquaman is able to talk to animals and ride them, aquatic animals that is. So I wonder if there'd be any chance that the Aquaman skin would be able to, if it comes out, get on top of one of these sharks and just ride it around as a vehicle. Just so many possibilities, and we haven't even scratched the surface of this. So like I said, over the next 36 hours we should be getting more teasers about this. We should start getting more and more theories. People will start figuring more stuff out as to what happened during the event. I've kind of got this theory that Jonesy could be one of the 7. I mean, really, he could be. I don't know. We had theories Midas could be one of the 7. We still don't know anything about that. It's just a very interesting situation. Remember, we only have 3 of the 7 revealed to us at the moment: the Visitor, the Scientist, and Paradigm. The other 4 are unknown, and I hope we'll start to figure some more out in the near future. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Drop a like down below, subscribe if you're new, and make sure to use code PineapplesYT in the Fortnite item shop. And lastly, follow my Caffeine.tv live stream. I streamed the event live and we had a lot of fun over there. Leave all your theories in the comments down below or tweet me and I'll catch you later.